is not yet 2 months old. President Joe Biden, however, is looking ahead to the next 2 stimulus packages from his administration that will focus on creating new jobs, reducing poverty and getting more money into people's hands to spur the U.S. economy starting in the second half of 2021. The current American Rescue Plan included $1,400 stimulus checks, up to 7 child tax credit payments and additional weekly $300 checks to fill in for lost wages for unemployed workers. The next 2 stimulus packages for 2021, called the American Jobs Plan and American Families Plan, would send more money directly to people and let individuals and families hold on to more of the money they already have. The next package up, the American Jobs Plan, would, if approved, put more than $2 trillion into the U.S. economy and create jobs through focusing on critical infrastructure. The one after that, the American Families Plan, according to the Washington Post, could set aside $1 trillion for individuals and families. If some in Congress have their way, a 4th stimulus check would also be included. Right now, Biden's plans are just that, but we're following their development. We'll share every benefit we know of so far. Plus, here's what to expect from the enhanced child tax credit, what is happening with canceling student debt, how to claim your money from the state, and how much's stimulus bill can help you save money on healthcare costs. What does Biden's timeline look like for the American Families Plan? The American Families Plan is still months from approval. First, Biden and Congress are crafting the American Jobs Plan, a $2 trillion plan to build and upgrade roads and transportation hubs, improve the power grid, fund EV car charging, expand affordable housing and bring high-speed broadband to more rural areas. As far as we know, the American Jobs Plan wouldn't include a 4th check or other obvious savings. It's the bill after that, the American Families Plan, that could come closer to sending more money to individuals and families. Keep reading for ways Biden and Congress plans to directly help you with the 3rd stimulus bill, plus other proposals on the table. How Biden's American Families Plan bill could help you. After the Biden administration completes its infrastructure and jobs plan, it would move on to seek $1 trillion spending and $500 billion in new tax credits, according to the Washington Post, for the 3rd stimulus package. Here are some of the main areas the American Families Plan could cover. Extend the expanded child tax credit through 2025. The temporary expansion of the child tax credit in March's stimulus bill is expected to reduce child poverty by 45%. According to Columbia University's Center on Poverty and Social Policy, and lift nearly 5 million children out of poverty entirely. The short-term expansion of the program is set to expire this year, however, unless Congress renews the program. Biden's plan would extend the expanded child credit payments to 2025. 2 years of tuition-free community college. As a presidential candidate, Biden said he would work to make the first 2 years of college free. Biden's plan would cover the first 2 years of community college, including for adults and new high school graduates. Training programs outside of community colleges would also qualify. Students would still be responsible for some expenses, like textbooks. Free pre-kindergarten instruction. For another campaign pledge, the American Families Plan proposes free pre-K education for 3- and 4-year-olds. More affordable childcare. Biden during his campaign said he would work to make childcare more affordable for working families through tax credits and subsidies for childcare costs. His new plan embraces that campaign plan for childcare. Paid family and medical leave. Biden proposed broader support for 12 weeks of paid family and medical leave. How else could Biden and Congress deliver money to you? Details of the second and third pieces of Biden's stimulus plans are still being worked out. But other proposals are already under discussion that could either let you hold on to more of your money or send you new payments. Student loan forgiveness of $10,000 or $50,000. With student loan debt reaching $1.7 trillion at the end of 2020, for an average loan amount of $30,000, student debt is higher than auto loans and credit cards, according to nonpartisan think tank Brookings Institution. Biden has proposed canceling $10,000 in debt per student and has directed Education Secretary Miguel Cardona to explore if he has the authority to cancel student debt. Biden didn't mention canceling debt in his speech. Send a 4th stimulus check, or checks. The IRS is still making one-time payments for the 3rd stimulus check as well as circling back for those whom it either missed paying or underestimated their payments. But before Biden even signed the American Rescue Plan bill in March, members of Congress were calling on Biden to include a 4th round of payments in the next big bill. Minimum wage hike to $11 or $15 an hour. The first effort by Biden and members of Congress to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour ran aground in March when the Senate failed to advance a wage increase. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said Congress would continue work for the wage boost. "We are not going to give up the fight to raise the minimum wage to $15 to help millions of struggling American workers and their families," he said in a statement. Biden again in his speech urged Congress to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour. For more ways you can save money, here's everything else the new stimulus bill includes to help you save money on healthcare and insurance. Plus, here's what to do if you've not received your stimulus check yet and how much money you could expect from the expanded child tax credit.
President Trump's term, it was just over 20 million doses. Do the math, and we have nearly 214 million doses during his first 100 days. That's actually short of 220 million doses by more than 6 million. But it's important to note that Biden's 100th day is actually tomorrow, so the number will increase. Okay, here's our next claim.
Nearly 90% of the infrastructure jobs created in the American Jobs Plan do not require a college degree. 75% don't require an associate's degree.
This one is mostly true, but it needs some context. Biden appears to be referencing this report from the Georgetown University Center on Education and the Workforce. It found that Biden's proposed American Jobs Plan could create or save some 15 million jobs over 10 years, of which 75% would be for people with no more than an associate degree, a college degree. Lastly, here's a question we're seeing a lot online. People asking why this is not being referred to as a State of the Union speech. And the answer here is pretty simple, according to a report from the Congressional Research Service. Biden just got inaugurated, so it's become tradition to hold off on a formal State of the Union. But
eligible for another round. If your income dropped this past year and you made significantly less than what was reported on your 2019 income tax return, you may be eligible for another round of stimulus checks after you file your 2020 taxes. More than 1 million plus up payments were authorized under President Biden's American Rescue Plan for taxpayers or households who either did not qualify for a third stimulus check based on their 2019 income or got less than they were due. You may also be eligible for additional payments if you added a dependent this past year. Like this most recent round of stimulus payments, those plus up payments are up to $1,400 for individuals earning up to $75,000 and $2,800 for married couples filing jointly who earn up to $150,000, plus an additional $1,400 per dependent child within those same income brackets. The IRS is sending out plus up payments. They started hitting some bank accounts. You can find out when you'll get yours with the Get My Payment tool at irs.gov. Here's how much to expect. Most Americans who make under $75,000 or married couples who make under $150,000 combined will qualify for $1,400 per person, plus $1,400 per dependent. For the first time, that includes full payments for dependent adults as well. Those same qualifying parents or legal guardians are also eligible for expanded child tax credits. The stimulus plan also provides $300 in weekly federal unemployment benefits through August and $170.
You actually want to solve a problem. I've sent a bill to take a close look at it.